This is the latest watch from BOLDR in their Expedition line. This one's the Expedition Enigmath, a play on words between enigma and maths. This one has a slide rule. Can you remember when you first learned to tell the time and then you learned how to tell the time in 24 hours? Well, learning the slide rule is the same. You can keep learning more ways to use it. So this one is a little different. Well, good on BOLDR for doing something a little different. This new Expedition has a slightly different case to the original Expedition 1, which was remade, so really the last version. And it also has a new bracelet, so none of the existing bracelets will fit this. The new bracelet has on-the-fly adjustment with a micro-adjustable ratchet clasp. It also has quick release system for easy changing and screwed links for easy sizing of the bracelet. This latest iteration of the Expedition actually is a pilot's watch. It has touches like a plane on the end of the second hand and a triangle with 2 dots at the 12 o'clock. Pilots used to use the slide rule for things like calculating speed and distance, as well as ascent, descent rate, and distance and fuel consumption. I actually used it a few days ago for real. A friend of mine had given me a distance that he travelled in kilometres, and being English, I needed to convert this to miles to actually sort of understand that distance. I also think this still in the Expedition tradition has a lot of field watch in it, especially the green dial version. This watch is available in 3 colours, black, green and blue. After a lot of watch Greek decision making between black and green, I finally went with the green. I think the black, as always, would have gone better with most straps and clothes. Perhaps add more traditional pilot watch vibes. Green is, as I've already said, more field watch, and in my case balances my collection from already lots of black dial watches. The steel case is 41mm diameter, although worth pointing out that due to the wide inner white dial, the watch does wear smaller. 12.8mm thick, but about 2.8mm of that is the sapphire crystal, which does stick up above the case and is beveled off, although I really think that does look good. As with all BOLDR watches, it has good water resistance of 200 metres with screwed down crowns. On this latest model, the movement has changed from the previous version's Swiss-made Sellita SW200 to Japanese-made Miyota 9039, with the same smooth 28,800 beats per hour sweep. In my opinion, the Miyota is the better movement, it's more reliable, and price-wise a little bit better as well, which has kept the cost of the new Enigmath down. I'm just going to demonstrate using the slide rule to convert kilometres to miles. So what I'm going to do is undo the crown, and I'm going to put 300, so I put 30, so just add a 0 to that. Put that on the kilometres, so that arrow that points to the kilometres is on the 30 to representing 300. It's got to remember to add a 0 to the next one. And if we just go to that one that says, oh, let me focus, come on, focus. The one that says start, just to the right where the letter T is on start, and you can see that one is pointing at 186, so it should be 186 miles. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more example. I'm going to do 7 times 30. So what I'm going to do is get the 7. So I'm going to use 70 for that. I'm going to get that on the 10 there, which is like 1. And I'm going to multiply that by 30. So on the inner one, I'm looking for 30. And where 30 is, that's 21. So, but if you put a note on that, it's 210. 7 times 30 is 210. Found 2 of my own straps that work particularly well on this watch, and both being green. Don't think it was a strap monster or suited many other colours. The first was this khaki green NATO. And the other strap I really liked on this watch was, again, it was a NATO strap, but it was silicone rubber. I think this would be good for things like on the beach or any water sports. Also looked at the Lume on this one. Lume was pretty good. So what I do like the tool technical look with the slide rule. I also like the case itself, the size, the finish of the case, and the fact it's got drilled lugs. 200-meter water resistance and the screw down crowns are always really useful. Really good new bracelet. The movement, the Myota, is pretty much one of my favourite movements. Finally, I really like the dial and the hands. I just don't like stroke improvements. The black part of the slide rule is a little bit more difficult to read than the white part. The bracelet closure actually does stick out a little bit, but I think that's down to the fact that it's got the on-fly adjustment, and that's a real preference anyway. And I think also possibly given the option of a date. Having said that, without the date, it does keep the dial balanced. So I think overall, a great new addition to the Expedition collection. I think this is something a little bit different. It's unique, new design with existing BOLDR DNA.